Hey guys, welcome back to the internet. So today I have the NovSight's Offroad pods. They're actually their Cyber 1 series 3-inch spot beam pattern pod. NovSight actually reached out to me, asked if I'd want to do a review of their product, so they sent me these pods. I have some kind of cheaper ones on the A-pillar, my 4Runner, that I don't really care for too much. So I was like, yeah, send them over. We'll do some tests. I'll show you what I like, what I don't, and then tell you what I think at the end. So right now let's do an unboxing and I'll show you what's inside. All right, so far. Okay. Anyway, let's open up the box. Got a little piece of styrofoam instruction manual. It's got a top box here. Inside is a wiring harness. And then inside here, there's another panel where we actually have the pods. Each of the pods is wrapped in some styrofoam with some blacked out covers on the pod. If I can get this off too. And there we go. There's the light pod. I really like the look of these, the fins, everything, the design. It's pretty cool. So, and then also in the box, there's two little boxes and the amber cover. So you need your dark cover, your amber cover, and then the hardware and the mount for the lights. All right, let's go try them out. Okay, so for the first test, I'm gonna get real scientific here. I have a battery, I hooked up the wiring harness, and I plugged him in. That's pretty simple, right? So one thing, it's kind of silly, this little switch on the wiring harness, this is pretty typical of wiring harnesses. There's like a switch that no one's gonna use. So it does have a connector in here that we can switch out to a different switch. The good news is I already have things wired up for my 4Runner, so all I'm gonna do is plug these in and it'll work just fine. Won't even have to use the harness. All right, whew. They're pretty bright in the lit garage. Let's turn off the lights. Okay, real quick before I turn off the garage lights, I have all the windows blacked out. It gets pretty dark, about like, 95% the way there. This is the cheap little pod that was off my 4Runner. And I'm just gonna show one at a time. So we'll do the NovSight, shine it on the garage wall and see what it looks like. And then I'll switch to the cheap pod and show what it looks like. Okay, for this test, the pod is right below the camera. And I'm just gonna shine it on our scene that I use for the garage. NovSight pod. Cheap pod. I'll put them side by side so we can see the difference. Okay, did you notice a difference? I think the NovSight clearly had the advantage here. The specs, I'll throw the specs up here for the NovSight lights. They show to be 3200 lumens, so I think that helps out quite a bit. They're both in a flood pattern, but obviously the cheap light just didn't quite cut it. I don't even know what brand these are. I couldn't tell you the specs because I bought them several years ago in a diesel power gear giveaway and I didn't win a truck. So I did get a cheap set of pods that I've been using, but there's quite a bit of difference in the two, size-wise. So what I'll do is install one on each side of the 4Runner. I'll wait till it gets dark, and then I'll show you the results out in the field. All right, so we made it outside, and it's super dark out here. So this area we're at is really flat. I have the cheap pod on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, I have the new NovSight pod. So we'll drive around a little bit. We have a drone up in the air so you can see the difference between the two pods, and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so what do you guys think about them at night? So I think a few things on the NovSight pod. I like them a lot better. Obviously, this is kind of a cheap generic pod. The design on these is really cool looking to me. If anything, just alone for the design, I think these are worth it. The beam pattern seemed to be a little bit wider angle, so that covered more distance, and then they also projected more light. So for what they are, for the money, I think these are really excellent pods for you to use for your off-road vehicle. Especially because, you know, they come with a amber cover lens, a blackout lens, and the included wiring harness. So right now I have a coupon code available for you if you're interested. These are 25% off using my coupon code, which is pretty substantial discount. And I plugged the coupon code in. They're already having a sale on their website, so I added the coupon code, and these pods with everything included are about $90 right now, which I think is a pretty great price for what you get, especially as cool as they look. So if you're interested, check out their website, use my coupon code. I'll leave a link in the description below. So let me know what you guys think of the lights in the comments below. I'm also curious what lights you guys run and why you like them. So hit me up in the comments. I'm also going to be doing a long-term review of these lights in the future, so look out for that video. For now, I appreciate you guys tuning in with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.